All right. Okay, good. Glad that you can all hear me. We can get started now. I'm going to get that out of our way. Okay, so tonight I've got a ton of information to share with everybody and a free bonus for everybody who stays until the end. So a little incentive to hang out with me for the next hour. So on this webinar tonight, I'm going to make a bold promise to you. I will show you the most effective formula to increase your energy, sharpen your mental focus, and improve common digestion symptoms without spending hours in the kitchen or days at the gym. If that sounds good to you, I want to see you type yes. I know I'm the kind of person who I want it all, I want it now, and I know it doesn't work that way, but I've found a formula that I'm going to share with you guys that has worked wonders for myself and for others. And I know a lot of the people that I work with aren't super big fans of the gym. So we can do it without that. And I can show you all of this in about 65 minutes. But I also believe in total transparency. So I'm going to tell you that at the end of this webinar, I'll be extending a special offer to you. And I don't want you to invest in it. That's right. I'm going to say this again. I do not want you to invest in it unless I make good on my promise and show you how to take back control of your health and unlock more energy. However, if I do fulfill on my promise, then you should feel obligated to take advantage of the time-limited special opportunity at the end of this call. Does that sound fair? Type yes into the chat if you think that's fair. Okay, I'm seeing yes, sounds fair, awesome. So why do you need to learn this? Well, it's simple. Of all of the possible strategies out there, the approach I'm sharing with you tonight bridges the gap between health and nutrition, giving you a solid foundation to improve how you feel every single day. And I want to help you improve your digestion so that you can have more energy to put towards the things that you love, and create a deeper understanding of your body's signals so that you know how to take care of your individual needs. And of course, you'll want to learn this from someone who's gone through it as well. So here's a little background on me and my health journey. This is a picture from a recent interview I did with CTV News. Since optimizing my own health, I've been able to help hundreds of other men and women do the same. Last year, I even published my first cookbook. I've also been featured on the Huffington Post, interviewed on the Hot 93.5 and CTV Morning Live. I studied at CSNN, the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition, as well as the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and I'm a member of the Canadian Association of Natural Nutrition Practitioners. I have 2 articles coming out in Sudbury Living this spring. I'm the president of the Sudbury Noon Hours Toastmasters Club and a representative for Bee Yoga. But let me tell you, life wasn't always so rosy. Let's rewind about a decade ago, and I was working a fast-paced job in downtown Toronto. I'd get up every day and make the long commute to the office. My days were full, busy, and I didn't have the energy after work to do the things that I wanted to do. For years, I worked to silence my hunger, upset stomach, and any other attempt my body made to tell me that something was wrong. I didn't have the energy to keep up with my desires, and I felt frustrated, exhausted, and betrayed by my own body. The truth was, I hated my job. I felt undersupported, lonely, malnourished, and exhausted. And I went to countless doctors, but nobody had any insight into what could possibly be wrong with me. It was time to take matters into my own hands. So I started doing my own research and working with a nutritionist. And what I realized is that there's a ton of vital information about food and our bodies that we're never, ever taught. Given that we eat 3 or more times a day, you'd think we would have learned more about how food reacts in our bodies and how to set ourselves up for health, but that's just not the case. When I studied holistic nutrition, I learned even more, and that's when I decided it would be my life's mission to share the information that I have with you, the people who need it the most. So here's what my life is like now. I wake up in the morning and I'm energetic, optimistic, and I feel ready to tackle any challenges that come my way. My focus is sharp, allowing me to reach new levels in my career, and my digestion has improved tenfold from where it was in the past. And what I've learned has really allowed me to transform my life. Now, I bet you're wondering, could I enjoy the same results? And I'm going to level with you here and say, probably not. And I'm saying that because you need these 2 things. 1, you don't know the formula yet. And 2, a lot of you won't put in the month of work required to make these changes a part of your routine. It's literally just 30 days of dedication that's stopping you. However, if you did make the commitment, you could literally transform your health, reach new levels in your career, feel empowered to deal with stressful moments, and establish a harmonious relationship between your body and food. The secret is in a simple but effective approach to health and wellness that I've named the VFC formula. That means that once you know this formula and follow it, you'll reset your health and have more energy, sharper focus, and a happy body. I've used this VFC approach with dozens of clients. And let me tell you, if a stressed, burnt out, and frustrated executive can make this incredible transformation, then you can do it as well. So if you're ready to learn this, type in the chat box, "I'm ready, Selina, let's do this." And I want to remind you, if you stick with me until the end of the call tonight, I've got a free gift for you. So let me hear if you're ready to go. Okay, I'm seeing ready. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So let's get into it. What I'm about to share is my nutrition philosophy, explained through the 3 wellness elements: vitality, focus, and connection. The 3 elements form a holistic approach to health, taking into account all parts of a person and everything that makes you healthy. Think about this for a second. If you're someone who eats the best diet for you, exercises daily, but you hate your job or are in a bad relationship, do you think you'll be healthy? My answer is absolutely not. And that's because there's more to your health than what you put in your body or how much you move. So the wellness elements include your mental state and connection to others. First of all, there's vitality. Vitality is nutrition, movement, and regeneration. That's everything that you need to do to maintain your physical body. I'm often asked what diet I follow, but I don't advocate for any particular eating style. Instead, I like to focus on whole foods. The best way to avoid diet pitfalls is to focus on eating real whole foods. And I can say that as somebody who has fallen into all of the fad diet traps in the past, that focusing on whole foods really is the way to go. And your style of eating is likely to change throughout life, and this is perfectly normal. This is something that I see often with my clients, people who are coming to me. They've put themselves into a box by labeling themselves as vegan or paleo or self-identifying by any one of the other different diet styles. And when we put ourselves into a box, it leaves very little room for flexibility. So when you find that your lifestyle is changing, and this is particularly the case for women because we go through many different cycles throughout our lives, especially during pregnancy and afterwards. When we put ourselves into a diet category and then we find that our lifestyle is requiring something different from us, it causes a lot of friction. It causes like this food identity crisis where we need to change our ways of eating, but because we've labeled ourselves as vegan or as paleo, we feel all of this inner turmoil about changing our diet style. If you stick with whole foods, you avoid this altogether. When you eat whole foods, they give you all of the components necessary to break them down and to absorb the nutrients properly. Nature is very intelligent and it's packaged everything that you need, all of the fiber, all of the nutrients, etc., into these foods. So when we consume whole foods whole, we get everything that we need to break them down properly. Moving on to the second wellness element, which is focus. Focus is all about your thoughts, your goals, and being of service. So this is really starting to take into account the idea that nourishment comes in different forms. Yes, we get nourishment from our food, but we also get energy from activities and from the people that we're around. We are nourished by more than what's on our plate. And when you can start to take this into account and prepare for this and plan for this, then you'll have much more success rather than just relying on food for your nourishment and for all of your energy. So I've got a question for you. Have you ever noticed that when you're feeling fully engaged in activities and enjoying what you're doing, that you don't feel so hungry? And you might not even eat when you're feeling like this, but yet you feel energized throughout the day. So times that come to mind for me are holidays, or if you're a parent and you're spending time playing with your kids, or if you're meeting a deadline at work and you're just completely focused on your work and getting everything done and you're feeling that rush of adrenaline. These are times when you're feeling energized by things completely other than food, and you might not even feel like you require food in those times. And that's because we are nourished by more than what we're eating. Versus there's times when you're feeling bored or stagnant and you might feel hungry or crave foods because you're not being nourished by your environment or your surroundings. I'm thinking of like the typical couch potato kind of picture, or if you're at night and you're sitting on the couch watching your Netflix and then you start to get snacky. It's likely because you're bored or you're lonely or you're just not being engaged fully in life. And that causes hunger because our bodies are craving something. Our energy system is craving something, and often we turn to snacks at that time. When you learn to regulate the energy in your body through mindset, activities, and food, you put less emphasis on all of your energy coming from the food that you eat. And when you've got goals or a vision for your life that's bigger than you, it inspires you to maintain your health so you can have the energy that you need to be of service. I see this so often with my clients who are parents. They put their kids above anything else. And when they have kids, they are so inspired and motivated to be the healthiest versions of themselves so that they can be there for their children. Same for people who are really career driven. Any career goals that they have really inspire and motivate them because they realize that the healthier their body is, the better they're going to be able to show up and perform in their career. So this all falls under the second wellness element, which is focus. Our third wellness element is connection. Connection is all about education and connecting to our bodies, helping us manage what we're eating. We live in such a distracting world with cell phones and emails and constant alerts going off around us. And we really can't expect to be healthy if we don't take the time to connect with ourselves and with those around us. When we have a sense of purpose and connection, it helps us to thrive and inspires us because we feel like we're part of something that's bigger than our own existence. And this is where yoga comes in to allow us to have a deeper connection to our bodies. You can see how there's much more to your picture of health than just what you eat, although food is a good place to start. I like to look at food as the gateway to your health. Your relationship with food is indicative of your relationship with everything else in your life. And when you change the way that you eat, you can start to change the way that you live. Now, who wants to live a healthy life? Let me see you chime in the chat box. Let me know. All right, I'm seeing, yes, me, of course. And right, we wouldn't be here on this presentation tonight if we didn't. So if you want to live a healthier life overall, food is a great place to start. And there are foods and supplements you can add to your diet right away to improve your energy and feel better in your body. So let's get into them. Number one is nuts and seeds. You'll want to write these down. These guys are high in protein and healthy fats and are easy to add to just about anything. So when I was putting this presentation together, I really thought about what was going to give you the biggest impact for the suggestions that I'm giving you. And nuts and seeds really deliver because they're packed with protein and they've got healthy fats. Two vital micronutrients that are going to help you to feel full and to have energy for a long time throughout your day. Here's a list of some of my favorites. We've got hemp hearts, which are tiny and fairly tasteless. You can add them to pretty much anything. 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts is 10 grams of protein. So in terms of getting bang for your nutrition buck, hemp hearts really are where it's at. You can add them to smoothies, add them to soups, to salads. I like to sprinkle them on top of stir fries, or pretty much anything gets a little sprinkling of hemp hearts to give extra protein and healthy fats to my diet. Almonds are a great choice as well. I'm often asked what the best type of nuts are to eat. And I tell people, stay away from peanuts, stay away from pistachios as much as you can, because there's a higher mold concentration in peanuts and in pistachios. But when it comes to things like almonds and pecans, walnuts even, they've got a very healthy fat profile and they tend to be better for you all around. So try to incorporate more almonds, more pecans versus other nuts. And this goes for natural peanut butter as well. I recommend switching over to almond butter. It might take you a little bit of time to fully get used to the difference, but you'll find that almond butter is just as delicious and has much healthier fat profile for you, and you're not getting that same type of mold that's inherent to peanuts. Pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds top the list in terms of seeds having a lot of protein and again healthy fats, and you can eat these whole or you can eat them in their ground form in pumpkin seed or sunflower seed butter. Chia and flax seeds are great as well. They're well known for being high sources of fiber. You can add them to your smoothies, make chia seed pudding. Flax seeds with a little bit of water are a great substitute for eggs in any vegan recipe that you might be making. So there's tons of ways to incorporate nuts and seeds into your diet. And these nuts and seeds help to keep your blood sugar stable throughout the day. They contribute to healthy hair, skin, and nails. And if you're looking to find recipes to get started with incorporating nuts and seeds, I have several of them in my Everyday Eats cookbook. I encourage you to check that out on my website. So for a simple action step for you, add 1/4 cup to your breakfast or to your snack in the afternoon. Really, you can add 1/4 cup twice a day and you'll be all the better for it. Nuts and seeds are such an easy addition to anybody's diet. Pick from a variety of them. Some of the ones that I mentioned here are kind of top ones to go for you, and get started right away. Moving on to food number 2, we've got coconut oil. So if you guys follow my blog, you'll see that I recently posted an article all about coconut oil, telling you that yes, it really is worth all of the hype. Coconut oil has a lot of healthy fat in it, and healthy fats in general are extremely important for all of the cells in your body. Now I want you to do a little exercise with me here. Take a look at your thumbnail, and I want you to consider the number of cells that are in your thumbnail alone. So looking at the small surface area of your entire body, we know that there are thousands of individual cells in just that small surface area. So if there's thousands of cells in your thumbnail, there are trillions of cells that make up your entire body. I'm talking your skin, hair, nails, your teeth, all of your organs and tissues. Something really important for us to know is that healthy fats make up the outer lining of every single cell in your body. So when you eat healthy fats, your body is benefiting 1 trillion times over. And the reverse is also true. When you eat something like fried food or chips, or you have unhealthy fats, that's affecting every single cell in your body. So you can start to see just by this simple exercise just how big of an impact having healthy fats in your diet is for your entire body. Switching to coconut oil for your cooking oil will be doing your health a huge favor. And that's because coconut oil is a more resilient type of fat. That means it stands up to high temperatures better than other types of fats. So cooking with things like olive oil is not a good idea because olive oil can turn rancid in your pan very easily. Things like avocado oil is also a good option for cooking because it does withstand high heat. However, I recommend coconut oil because overall its fat profile is the best. And that's part of the reason why is because it contains MCT fats, which are medium chain triglycerides. And these fats can be absorbed through the lining of your stomach, which means that they give you a boost of energy right away. So you're getting lots of energy, again, lots of bang for your nutrition buck when you eat coconut oil. And the action step I want you to start with is by switching your cooking oil, to virgin coconut oil. Because that's going to make sure that you're eliminating any unhealthy fats that could be forming in your pan when you're cooking with different kinds of cooking oil. Remember that that's going to benefit the trillion of cells in your body. So this one simple action really does have a big impact overall. Moving on to number 3, we have collagen. Collagen is a supplement that's simple for you to add to your daily routine. You can mix it into your morning coffee or tea, or have it in the afternoon as a pickup for your energy. Collagen contains proteins from different parts, mainly the joints of animals, so that you get a well-rounded amino acid profile. Amino acids are the building blocks for your protein, and when we only eat one type of protein, like say animal flesh, as opposed to getting the amino acids from the joints, we're not getting as well-rounded of amino acid profiles. So that's where collagen comes in to kind of bridge this gap that you might have in your diet right now. It again helps with healthy hair, skin, and nails. That's always a nice bonus. And collagen also helps to heal and soothe your digestive tract, which to me is one of the biggest benefits of having collagen in your diet, is helping to reduce whole body inflammation. Many people have inflammation in their digestive system, and this is something that's so simple to add to your everyday routine to start fighting that inflammation. So a good action step is to start with 1 tablespoon of collagen powder in your tea or coffee 1 time per day, and you can work up to a full scoop. So I would suggest if you're putting it in your tea or coffee, start with that tablespoon, and if you're going to do the full scoop, space it out throughout the day. And I'm saying that just so that it will be able to dissolve, because a scoop can be kind of a lot in your morning coffee. We don't want to have that having trouble to dissolve. We want it to just blend in, and you don't even taste it. I mix it with peppermint tea in the morning often, and I barely taste it at all with the 1 tablespoon in there. Okay, so number 4, we all want to have a happy gut, and the way to do that is by probiotics. Probiotics are healthy gut bacteria. A healthy body requires a healthy gut, and this is because 80% of your immune system is concentrated around your gut. That means that the resiliency of your health is closely connected to the health of the ecosystem in your gut. Now, the majority of people have an unhealthy balance of bad and good bacteria in the gut, and taking probiotics helps to complete digestion, reduce gas and bloating, and can contribute to weight loss. This is a lot of benefits here just from making one simple shift. So when you're looking for a probiotic, you want to find one that has multiple strains of live bacteria. Looking for a probiotic supplement that has 30 to 50 billion, that's a great daily maintenance dose. And I want to say here too that if you've recently been on antibiotics, or if you in the future at some point have to take antibiotics, then you're going to want to double up on your daily dose of probiotics to make sure that you're replenishing those healthy gut bacteria. Otherwise, they're all going to be wiped out because antibiotics don't discriminate, and you're compromising your immune system. So probiotics are a big help for that. You also want to look for ingredients that don't contain FOS. So FOS stands for fructooligosaccharides, and this is a type of carbohydrate that can't be broken down by the body. And because it can't be broken down by the body, it irritates your gut because it ends up in your gut, and then your body can't break it down and get rid of it properly. So it can be a gut irritant. So avoid FOS in your probiotics if at all possible, because they can cause digestive upset. Now, I promised 4 superfoods and supplements, but I've got a 5th one for you. This one's a bonus. And it's the single most important thing that you can do to keep your energy up during the day. I'm curious if anybody knows what it is. Take a guess. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. What could number 5 be? We got a couple guesses coming in. Ooh, I'm seeing good stuff. 30-minute walk, veggies, water. You got it. Okay. It's staying hydrated. You got it, Marie Joelle. All right. Yes, staying hydrated is the single most important thing that you can do to keep your energy up during the day. You're aiming for 2 liters of pure filtered water per day. And it's good to note that caffeine, alcohol, and sugar pull water from your body. These are dehydrating. So you need 2 cups of water to break even after having any of these. So for your action step, I recommend taking 1 tall glass of water when you first wake up in the morning, and then taking another one half an hour before bed, which will leave you to fill in the other 1.5 liters throughout the day. So I know that we've all heard, yes, we need to drink more water, we need to stay hydrated, but I really want to stress to you the importance of this. I had a client about 6 months ago, and she was a busy physiotherapist, didn't really have time to snack between patients, and she wasn't drinking at all. For like 8 hours of her day, she didn't have a water bottle on her. We changed one thing. We changed her hydration. She started drinking 2 liters of water each day, spacing it out through her patients, and she saw a huge difference in her energy. So I'm not joking when I tell you that drinking enough water every day is the most vital thing that you can do to keep up your energy. It really does work. Now, I don't want you to just listen to this. I want you to think about how you can actually apply these tips to your life every day. So if you're with me, type "I'm here" in the chat box. I want to know that you're sticking with this. And I see a question popping up, so I'm just going to take a quick second. Mick is saying, will eating foods with probiotics in them being enough, or do we need to supplement? I say supplement because that way you know how much you're getting every single day. It's a great fail-safe. And then you can eat foods with probiotics in them on top of that as a bonus. But because they're so important to the health of your gut and health of your immune system, I recommend supplementing with them and going for the 30 or the 50 billion a day. It's a great idea too to take your probiotics before bed, so that they're not competing with anything in your digestion, in your digestive system. You're not eating any food while you're sleeping, so they have a great opportunity to colonize. I see your question, Selina. I'm going to jump back to that at the end. We'll do a recap. Your health is about the whole picture. And in my practice, I like to pair nutrition and yoga together. I call them my dream team. And this is because the 2 of them have been so instrumental in my own healing. Yoga helps us to connect with our bodies and understand the subtle cues like hunger, thirst, pain, or cravings, or any symptoms that we might have. It's through yoga that we build connection with our bodies so that we can start to have a 2-way communication. Mindful eating means paying attention to your body. It will tell you how your body feels when you eat certain foods so that you can start to draw conclusions about what should and shouldn't be in your diet. There really is no need to count calories when you're educated about what you're eating and can tell when your body is full. We spend so much time focused outwardly during the day. Yoga poses are one thing that can really help bring us back into center so we can get more in touch with our own bodies. So you'll notice that we've covered things from vitality, things that we need to be doing to upkeep our body and our mind And now we're shifting over more towards focus and more towards connection, and talking about how these two wellness elements really play a role in our overall health and wellness. So I've got some yoga poses for you to try at home. I like to make two kind of broad categories with yoga poses. The first being poses that draw energy back in. So if you think about the way that we are all day, our focus is outwards, our attention and our energy are being put outwards. They're on our task, or we're driving, or we're paying attention to our kids or other people. It's all of that energy is being directed outwards, out of our bodies. So the first category of yoga poses helps us to bring that energy and that attention back in towards ourselves. And these yoga poses help to activate the rest and digest side of your nervous system. This is the opposite of being in fight or flight. And when we are stressed, when we are spending time in front of screens and under fluorescent lights, we are most definitely in the fight or flight side of our nervous system. It is our job to do activities that switch us over to the other side of our nervous system. And these three yoga poses are big ones for helping you do that. So first of all, here I've got child's pose. This is one of my good friend Megan's. She posed for some photos for me to use on this presentation tonight. We've got child's pose. So notice how her forehead is down on the mat. Her eyes are likely closed. Her energy is being directed downwards. So she's not sending her energy outwards. She's sending it down back in towards her body. So to do child's pose, it's easy to access by getting down on hands and knees. You can take the knees out wide towards the corners of the mat and take the toes back in towards one another, making a V with your legs, and then forward fold, reaching the arms forward for the top corners of the mat. Place the forehead down and breathe. Focusing on your breath in this pose is going to be the biggest way to make it work for you. Starting to relax the nervous system, to calm down your energy and come back into center, back into focus. If by chance you find that you can't get your sit bones down on your heels, you're welcome to put a block under your backside there between your feet to help prop this up. Or if your forehead doesn't want to come all the way down to the floor, you can slip a block underneath your forehead, and that's going to work well for you too. If you're doing this at home and you don't have blocks, try using a folded up blanket or folded up towel just to bring the mat up to you a little bit. That will work just as well. So we've got diamond pose as our second pose. Again, we can see how Megan's gaze, her eyes are pointing back in towards her body here. Energy and attention in. That is this type of restorative yoga pose. So to get into diamond pose, you're sitting up straight, taking knees, butterflying them out towards the sides, soles of the feet together. And now she's holding her toes. You can hold onto your ankles or onto your shins. All of us are going to have a different level of flexibility. So your diamond pose might not look like Megan's diamond pose, and that's totally okay. We want to close our eyes, reach the spine up towards the ceiling, and then start to forward fold. Now, as you fold forward over your legs, you're gonna notice that there's a certain point where your spine wants to start to round, and that's where you stop. So even if that just means that you're mostly upright and you've come forward only a few inches, that's totally okay. You wanna close your eyes there and breathe into that stretch that's happening on the inner thighs and in the hip flexors. I promise you'll get the same benefit from the pose if you do that, even if it doesn't look the way that Megan's looks. Pose number 3 is called legs up the wall. It's aptly named because you can see that her legs are up above her head. They're up the wall. And this helps to send our blood flow, which is our body's resources, up into the top half of our body. That's where the concentration of our organs are. Our heart is there. And notice how her eyes are closed. So she's concentrating her energy on the center of her body, letting the back of her body completely relax and melt into the mat. And she's breathing nice and deep in through her nose, out through her nose, concentrating on bringing that breath down into her low belly. Legs are up the wall here. So to get into this pose, what you want to do is crouch down with one hip against the wall and then start to come down onto your forearms, kicking your legs up the wall. Then when your legs are up, you need to kind of shimmy. You can see how her sit bones are just about against the wall. So you want to sort of shimmy towards the wall to make it look like this. Again, if you can't quite get all the way there, you're welcome to slip a block or a towel between your seat and the wall so that you can have that part of your body rooted. And then just take arms out towards the sides, palms facing upwards, which is the energetic symbol for releasing or letting go, and just relax. All of these poses are meant to be stationary for 3 to 5 minutes. So these are static poses where you want to be concentrating on bringing your energy attention inside your body. So feeling into the parts of your body that are connected with the mat and focusing on your breath. That's really going to help your nervous system to calm down and to switch over into that parasympathetic side, which is your rest and digest side. Now, I mentioned that there was a different category of yoga poses, and these are poses that I like to call energy out poses. These poses build energy in your body. So yoga is a flow of energy. It's all about directing the flow of energy through your body. So these poses here that I'm about to show you help to build heat in the body. They're more open in the body, and they get that flow of energy moving. So our first one here is chair pose. If you've ever done this in a yoga class, you know how much it burns, and that is also the beauty of this pose because it's activating your quads and your lower legs. It's activating shoulders and your core. So you want to make sure here that knees are together and they're even. You're pushing your weight into the floor through your feet. Tailbone is tucked under. When you tuck that tailbone under, it engages your core, ensuring that the abdominals are contracted, and then you can take arms up overhead. Some people find that really difficult, so you're also welcome to take hands together in prayer pose at heart center, and that will give you the same amount of benefits. This is going to build heat in your body, concentrating energy and resources in the center of your body. Great for stimulating digestion. Next, we have the seated heart opener. This really any kind of arm position that's going to take your arms back behind you, open up the shoulders, open up the chest, is going to stimulate the flow of energy in your body and help to get things moving. This is also fantastic for you if you sit at a desk all day, if you drive a lot. Those are both activities where our shoulders tend to round forward. This kind of pose is going to open things up. So just sitting up nice and straight, take those fingertips to the mat back behind you. You're welcome to keep your head facing forward or do like Megan's doing and just tip the chin up towards the ceiling. All right, our third pose here is the seated spinal twist. And Megan's got one leg outstretched here, the other knee is bent, sole of that foot's crossed over to the outside of the opposite leg, and she is twisting from the waist here. Notice that her spine is nice and tall, and you can use your back fingers as kind of like a tent post, I like to think of it, to give you that leverage to straighten up your spine even taller towards the ceiling. Really, any version of a twist here is going to help to stimulate digestion, get the blood flowing. When we twist, we're restricting the blood flow to the organs in our center body. And while we're breathing deeply in the twist, we're oxygenating that blood. So what happens when you release the twist is that all of those organs get a fresh supply of oxygenated blood. So this is a fantastic thing. Even just hearing that sounds like it's going to bring you more energy, and it absolutely will. So try this one out. Even if you're sitting in your office chair during the day, twist to one side, hold on to the arms of the chair, keep your spine tall, twist to one side, 3 to 5 breaths, twist to the other side, do the same. I promise it will help you to have more energy and to feel better throughout your day. Last but not least, in our yoga section, we have bridge pose. This is more of a full body pose where you're going to want to get down onto your mat, walk the heels in till they just about touch your fingertips, and then notice how her hips are lifted in line with the rest of her body. So she's not thrusting her hips past the line of her chest. They're in line. So that's engaging the glutes, is engaging her abdominals. This pose helps to stimulate digestion and promote healthy digestion in the body. So it's a great one to do half an hour or more after eating to help with that blood flow in the center of your body. Did you guys know that when your body is open, you're in the flow of energy? And this flow allows energy to move through you, releasing stagnant energy and emotion that makes you feel tired and leads to disease. That's what yoga does for us. And yoga, combined with the superfoods we discussed earlier, forms a potent combination that will raise your energy level, sharpen mental focus, and stabilize digestion. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Selina, is it really that simple? And in one word, yes. If you use the VFC formula, the process will become part of your routine. However, there is one problem. And the problem with everything we've learned today, I want to talk about it and talk about how to solve it in our last few minutes for those of you who maybe are not totally convinced. So perhaps you're on this call right now thinking, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's a way for me to learn these skills that will transform my health and provide new levels of energy. Maybe there's a way I can finally take control of my digestive problems and live the life I want to. Maybe improving my health is easy if I follow the approach the way Selina recommends. Maybe. Well, if you're one of the people saying maybe, then you're likely concerned with this problem. And that problem is bridging the gap between new information and implementation. There is a huge gap between these two things, and that's where most of us get stuck. So this is the difference between knowing that, which is information, and knowing how. This is why we all know we should drink more water and eat more vegetables, but for some reason, it's just not that simple when we go to put it into practice. It's one thing to learn new information, but to make it a part of your routine is something totally different. And I'm bringing this up right now because I know that some of you think that you've got it, but psychologists tell us that you don't. So 48 hours from now, you will have forgotten everything that I've said and half of what you thought as a result of what I've said. 15 days from now, you won't even remember having been on this webinar, let alone anything that we talked about. It's like the old saying goes, in one ear and out the other. How many of you have felt this way in the past? that you learned something, you felt like you got it, you retained the new information, and then only later to try to recall it or try to put it into practice, and you feel like it went in one ear and completely out the other one. Yes, absolutely, Andrew. I'm seeing so true. That's exactly what happens, is that we think in the moment that we've got it, and yet when we go to recall it later, it's gone. So some of you tonight think, yes, Selina, but I've got my notes. I took notes, and that's admirable. I'm a note taker too. So let's you and I be honest with each other. All my fellow note takers on the call, somewhere you have a place. Probably at home, maybe it's in your office, your basement, the trunk of the car you don't drive anymore, but somewhere you've got a place. And that is the place where all of the notes that you've taken have gone to die. And that's where the notes from this webinar are going to go to. So who's kidding who? And I can say this openly because I have notebooks of notes that I've taken at conferences and on webinars, and I've never read them again. So I know what's going on here. But tonight, bridging the gap between ideas and implementation is something I really want to address. And I know for a fact that this is not something that we can do in one simple session. We need way more than that. And guys, it took me 10 years to figure it out on my own. That's a lot of trial and error. I know that you need mentoring, you need coaching and accountability, and somebody to help you reach your goals. So I'm saying to you guys tonight, let me be your coach. I have a strictly limited opportunity for not 25, not 10, but 7 of the people on this call. Now, if you're one of the 7, I'd like to work with you for 6 weeks. That's 6 immersive sessions to help you to take control of your health. You will achieve basic balance between mind and body and receive the support and guidance that you need to make these simple changes part of your life. We'll go from start to finish. And I've done this with hundreds of students. I want to show you what some of them have to say. This is Anne. She was a member of my Eats and Asana course, and she says, I'm on week 5 of Selina's Eats and Asana course, and I have to say I've learned more about nutrition and the benefits of yoga in these 5 weeks than I have in the last 10 years of trying to live a healthy lifestyle. She is an absolutely beautiful person inside and out. Her approach is gentle and caring. I could say so much more about her, but I'll leave it up to you to discover. Whether you have one-on-one sessions or enroll in her Eats and Asana program, you will not be disappointed by her wealth of knowledge and experience. And then we'll hear from Jess. She says, Selina Rose is kind, caring, and passionate about her work. She is detail-oriented and dedicated to creating a community of like-minded, goal-digging, healthy individuals. I am a proud member of this community and support all of Selina's endeavors as she contributes immensely to the health movement. Whether you join the Eats and Asana group or see Selina on an individual basis, you are signing up for a personalized and detailed plan that is achievable and exciting. After taking the Eats and Asana course, I feel I am better prepared to lead a healthier life and a more fulfilled one too. We've got Lindsay. She says, when I contacted Selina just a few short months ago, I was frustrated with my nutrition and needed some guidance. Selina has a wealth of knowledge and delivers it in a calm and supportive manner. When we met, she made me feel at ease immediately. She is truly genuine and has taught me about living my life full out. I went from seeking advice for nutrition to taking her Eats and Asana course, which has been life-changing. Selina has helped me uncover many roadblocks that have helped me improve my relationship with food. I am forever grateful for Selina and the huge impact she has made on my life. And here's Mimi. Mimi says, I was drawn to the Eats and Asana course because I needed something that was going to motivate me to make some changes. And I believed that having to show up every week and log my meals would hold me accountable. Before I took the course, I was struggling with healthy eating and was having a hard time planning meals that my whole family could enjoy. This was causing stress and frustration. We were eating poorly, so we didn't have energy. And because we were lacking energy, we continued to eat the easy and healthy meals. Selina is wonderful. She is patient, understanding, non-judgmental, all the things I needed. I would recommend the Eats and Asana course to anyone who wants to make changes or improvements to the way that they eat. And here's Brenda. Brenda says, I was drawn to the Eats and Asana course because I knew that I needed to do better with regard to my nutrition, meal planning, healthier snack choices, and learning more yoga poses to help me de-stress so that I could improve my sleep. I was eating on the run, skipping meals, had insufficient protein, and was not planning healthy snacks, and it led me to be tired a lot of the time, but yet not being able to get sufficient sleep. I discovered I was nutrient deprived in a number of areas, which contributed to some of these issues. I would describe Selina and her teaching style as very inclusive. She explains how and why behind whatever she is teaching, whether it is the simple yoga poses or the nutrition information. She takes the time to answer any of our concerns in all areas. Her manual is an amazing resource, which I reference for one reason or another on a daily basis. It's a definite keeper. If anyone who is reading this is hesitant in taking this course, don't be. It's the best possible action you can take for yourself now and into the future. It is worth every dollar and then some. Taking this course is one of the best decisions I've ever made. Go for it. And here's Chris. Thank you, Selina, for your wealth of knowledge, your kindness, and judgment-free approach. I am grateful to you for sharing your passion for health, which is absolutely contagious. My energy has improved. I feel stronger and more like the version of myself that I want to be. Congratulations to you for creating an original program that will truly shape the lives of every person who invests. I could go on and on. Here's a testimonial from Rob. He and I worked together when we first started working together. He was leading a high-stress lifestyle and not eating properly. He was starting to feel burnt out. He says, then I met Selina. I learned about the programs and coaching services she offered and decided to engage. My goals at the onset included learning what and when I should be eating in order to get in better physical shape, reducing my stress level, and working towards taking better overall care of myself. Over the next 6 months, I learned a lot. Selina's teachings focused on more than just food and helped me appreciate how the various aspects of my life were all related. Several challenges were introduced throughout the course of the program, and they were easy to achieve since they didn't involve moving a mountain in a day. I've been able to maintain the changes that I introduced since working with Selina and continue to feel great physically and mentally. The value that her programs provide is evident on many fronts, and I would highly recommend them to anyone that is looking to change their life for the better. Here's another one from Renee, guys. I can introduce you to so many people who have either worked with me one-on-one or taken my Eats and Asana course, and they all have fantastic things to say. And I would love for you guys to be one of them. Every time I run the Eats and Asana course, it's a smash success. And that's why I'm confident in making this guarantee. If you're one of the not 25, not 10, but 7 people who get in, and I can't give you the tools, strategy that you need to improve your health goals, then I will give you a refund, no questions asked. Does that sound fair? I want to hear from you guys. Type into the chat box if you think that it's fair. If I can't help you reach your goals, then I'll give you a full refund. I'm hearing absolutely. Yes, fair enough. Great. I designed the Eats and Asana course to bridge the gap between information and implementation. So you have the guidance and support you need while making sustainable lifestyle changes. So here's what the course is all about. We have 6 live interactive workshop hours together, and I'm going to help you understand the science of nutrition so that you can make choices with ease. And this is all designed around guided exercises to help you build a deeper connection with your body. I don't just believe in telling people what they need to do. I really truly believe in teaching people, because when you understand what's going on in your body and when you've made that connection with your body, you're able to answer so many more of your own questions. That's the difference between somebody just giving you the information and telling you what you need to do and somebody teaching you how to make the choices for yourself. That's what makes this sustainable. We're also getting 7 inspiring yoga classes with specific to poses that help with digestion, constipation, diarrhea, creating energy, reducing stress, and detoxification. There are so many benefits of yoga. I could go on and on about what these poses are able to help you do, but I'll stop there. There's so much more here in the course. You're also getting personalized advice and recommendations and feedback from me. So each of the weeks that we're in the Eats and Asana course, you're writing a food log, and I'm giving you personal feedback based on what's showing up in your food log. I'm suggesting new snacks for you. I'm suggesting what changes to make to your diet. And this is so valuable. That's one of the biggest things that people have said has really helped them about this course, to actually have somebody look at what they're eating and not just talk in theory about that, but talk about what's actually going on and specific changes that they can make. You'll also get access to the Eats and Asana online community. We have such a supportive and fantastic community. It's an opportunity for you to meet like-minded people, share recipes, and of course, have your questions answered by me. You'll also get access to the Eats and Asana online resource folder that includes over 50 recipes that are easy to make and they're healthy, as well as online articles and resources to answer questions like, what is the best protein powder? Of course, you'll also get these bonuses. The 8.5 by 11 spiral bound Eats and Asana manual. That's the one we heard Brenda talk about in her testimonial. She talked about referencing this time and time again, and most of the people who take the course do. They find that it's a really valuable resource and they keep it on hand and refer back to it often. You'll also get inspiring video sessions with me midweek. So in addition to being one-on-one together in our Monday night sessions, midweek, you're getting a video check-in where you can watch, learn new information, accept the week's challenge, and take action midweek so that you're staying the course. As well, you're getting a 14-day menu plan delivered to you day 1 of the course, so that if you're looking for how do I get started, Selina, I want to jump in, I want to do this right away, that 14-day meal plan is going to help you do just that. So if you want to take action for your health, then go here to reserve your spot. SelinaRose.ca selina.rose/EA. That's where all of the information is. I'm going to backtrack here just for a second because I forgot to mention one of the most exciting bonuses, and that is the digital copy of my Everyday Eats cookbook. This is the book that I published in December of last year, and I've had so much success with it and gotten great feedback from people. And these are people who lead busy lives, who want to eat well, but just don't have a lot of time to put towards it. These recipes are all uncomplicated and they're geared towards people not spending a ton of time in the kitchen. So you're going to get a copy of that when you join the Eats in Asana course. Again, there's that link for you. Now, this is a limited access small group coaching program. This isn't a digital program that thousands of people can download. This is individual attention for you and other members of the group, all guiding you towards reaching your goals. So I really want you to get the value of this program. So I want you to close your eyes for a second. Everybody close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that it's the first day of high school. And you're a bright-eyed, eager grade 9. You walk into your first class ready to soak up knowledge. And in comes your teacher. She walks up to you and drops a big, thick textbook onto your desk and says, "There you go. I'll be back at the end of the semester to give you your exam." And now this happens in your next class and your next class and every class after that till the end of the day. The teacher walks in, drops the big textbook on your desk, and then you don't see them again for 18 weeks until they give you your final, which determines whether you pass or fail. So I've got a question for you. If this happened to you in high school, how do you think you would have done? My guess is that most of us on this webinar would still be trying to pass the 9th grade. And that's exactly what happens to you when you buy an information product online. You get all of that info dropped on you at once, and then you never hear from the person again. Wait, I take it back. You do hear from them, but it's when they come back to sell you another giant home study course. And no wonder we're not succeeding with our goals. Now, don't get me wrong, standalone products have their place, and that place is for people who believe in short-term fixes. But if that's not you, then by all means, we need to do something different. If you're somebody serious about taking your health to the next level and you're serious enough to invest in the right plan to help you achieve your goals, Eats in Asana will do that. Eats in Asana is going to help you improve your digestion with proper food combinations. It's going to help you to have more energy so that you can do more of the things that you love. It will help you create a deeper understanding of your body's signals through yoga and meditation so that you know how to take care of yourself and your needs. The course is going to teach you to use yoga to calm your mind, to reduce stress and improve digestion so that you can be present and enjoy life more. It'll help you to phase out unhealthy foods with ease while still feeling happy and satisfied so that you can feel light and energetic every day. And it's going to help you make choices with confidence so that you look and feel good more often. In Eats in Asana, we create delicious, healthy meals that are quick and easy and make healthy eating fit into even the busiest schedule. I teach you how to understand the science of nutrition so that you know what to eat, when, and how to deliver it to your body with love. And we make healthy choices with confidence so that you look and feel great on a daily basis. Now, the total value of the Eats in Asana course is over $2,500, but you won't pay even a fraction of that. Again, I want to stress that limited space is available for this. Our spring session is always the busiest. And so there's a limited space available. If you want to learn more, if you want to sign up, if you're ready to take action, go to selinarose.ca/EA. Everything that you need to get started is there. but I want to give you my guarantee. This is my triple guarantee that you're not backed by one, not two, but three guarantees today. That's my money back guarantee, my service guarantee, and my support guarantee. So in my money back guarantee, if you make an honest effort and attend the sessions and I can't give you the tools, strategy, and support you need to make good on my promises, then I will give you a refund. We talked about this earlier and you all agreed that that was more than fair, and I stand by it. Second is my service guarantee. I guarantee that I'm 100% fully committed to empowering you with the knowledge you need to reach your health goals. And my support guarantee, you can ask any of my Eats and Asana grads. I guarantee that I'm a real person and I will be in your corner to support you and guide you and hold you accountable. We will do this together. So you've got peace of mind now knowing my three guarantees. I stand by them. Go to selinarose.ca/EA to register. It's going to give you all of the details and give you the dates of the course and all of the information that you need to get started to sign up tonight. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you'll see the FAQ there, answering all of your questions, the what and the where and the when, and it will give you everything there that you need to get going.